What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport, and welcome to a video where we're going to take this 1984 Porsche 944. It's the newest car on the channel, and we're going to see if we can take the orange peel out of this paint. Now, I know what you're thinking. This car looks absolutely amazing from right here, especially since it just got done raining out of nowhere. But let me show you guys what it looks like up close. So as you guys can see there, the orange peel is pretty bad. Now, this paint job was done by the previous owner, the one I purchased it from, and he was about to pay a lot of money to get this paint job done. What he told me was he went to pick the car up and he was completely unsatisfied with the way that it came out, and I don't blame him. If you look at the hood and the top here, it was done very poorly. There's pieces of dirt in the paint, which we're not going to be able to do anything about. But it looks like we can take care of a lot of this orange peel because the grade of paint, from what I can see, looks like it's very good and looks like we can easily wet sand, compound, and polish this out. But to make matters safe, we're going to start in this section here and see how it goes, and then hopefully continue and do the rest of the car. So let's step over here and talk about what we've got. So I went to Harbor Freight and picked up this dual action polisher. Quite excited about using it because it's my first time using a dual action one. In the past, all I've ever used is this super cheap one here. Never got really good results, and always wanted to be able to wet sand, compound, and polish out a car specifically with orange peel like this, because I really enjoy painting panels, as you guys know if you've been part of this channel before, but I've never been able to get them to be mirror-like finish. So hopefully we can get at least close to that on this car today. So what I went and picked up was some 1500 wet sanding pads that are going to stick right to this backing here, and then a 3000 pad. Now, of course, I watched a million videos and there's a million different ways people say to do it. This seemed the safer way to go. I could have went 1500, 2000, 3000. But I want to see what the 1500 can do, and I think we can get the minor swirl marks from this out with this, and then we'll move on to a compound and a polish. I'm a fan of Meguiar's, of course. You guys can argue whatever your favorite polish is, use that. To me, it doesn't matter as long as the results are what you're looking for. So I'm sticking with Meguiar's. I've had great results with them. And we're probably going to be using some older pads here because I've got one here from the old polisher over here, and this one's for this is for the polish, this is for the compound here, and I have another compound one here. So we'll kind of go through it and figure out what we're going to do. If I've got to go pick up a new one because this is kind of beat up, we can do that. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and set this up on the machine. I've got Xavier here, so he's going to go ahead and record as I get that. I also got a squirt bottle with some soapy water in it so we can keep it nice and lubricated as we do this, and hopefully this little panel comes out and I'll show you guys the rest of the car. And I'm thinking this is going to come out really good. Now, we're also going to be doing a part 2 to this. So if you guys really enjoy this video, stick around because part 2 to this is going to be where we're going to be adding ceramic coating, which is going to be the first time for me. So I'm excited about that. And we're going to be doing it on a few different cars in our fleet. So this is going to be a fun and exciting series. I'm excited about it. I want to get set up and get going. Let's do it. Alright, so we've got our 1500 grit pad on here. Got some soap and water in here, so we're just going to lubricate both the pad and the surface. And we're just going to start in this section that I taped off, because we want to make sure this is going to come out good before we do the entire car. And like I said, this is my first time doing this, so I'm going to start everything on the lowest setting, and then I'll work my way up and keep an eye on it. Let's go up to like we'll go here. Right now I've got it on a number 2. I'm not pressing down at all. I'm just letting the polisher do the work. Go to a 3. So guys, this is after doing that first initial 1500 grit. So I've still got to hit, you can see this is still up a little higher here. So we've got to get this leveled out. So I'm going to hit this area here with the 1500 a little bit more, and then we'll go to the 3000. All right guys, so we're going to go now and hit it with the 3000 grit sanding pad. We're just going to make sure we lubricate this, lubricate our area. And I've been using it right around 2.5 to 3, and it seems to be working really, really well. I'm going to start it on 1 as we put this down just to get an idea of the feel. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And turn it up a little here. Actually, it needs to be plugged in to work.
Yeah, that'll work.
Now it's plugged in. All right, so let's get it back down to 1. Turn it on. Kind of bring our speed up here. I'm going to bring it up to about that 2.5. So that's about a 2.5 right there. And what I'm going to do with the 3000 grit is go back and forth like this, just trying to work out the light scratches that the 1500 grit would have created. Alright, I want to show this. So I just started to wipe it down, and the difference that this 3000 grit just did is absolutely amazing. Now we can definitely move on to a little bit of compounding, and then we'll polish it all out. I think this is going to come out absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that already. Alright guys, let's move on to the compound step. Alright guys, so we just got done compounding it out. Now, on here, there's a few little small marks that I think were created from the 1500 sandpaper. I went back and I hit it again with 3000 and then recompounded it, and almost all of them are gone. There's a couple in here. So what I want to do right now is just go ahead and hit this with the polish so we can just on-tape this section, take a look at it, and just see the major difference just from doing this. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to do the whole car, and I'll just go back and re-hit some of those areas with the light swirl marks. But it kind of gives me an idea now, moving on to the rest of the car, that I'm going to have to hit it with the 3000 a little bit more than I did the first couple of times. Alright, so I'm going to put a little polish on here, probably a little more than I need, because I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. And I want to try to center this pad so it doesn't go all over the place. This obviously is a little bit bigger pad because it was for the other one. When we finish off the car, I'm going to go down and get a whole bunch more supplies. I need to get some more microfiber towels because the ones I have are not as clean as I want them to be. Alright, so I go ahead and put that in there, and let's go ahead and turn this on. It's still at a 2.5, so I'll start it at the lowest, and then I'll show you guys. It's about a 2.5 right there. I'm going to go up to a 3, so we can really polish this out. Alright, we're going to call that it. Let's go ahead and wipe this down real quick and take a look at where we're at. And I hope we can pick this up. I'm going to see if we can get some good angles for you guys, because this is absolutely unbelievable. Almost all the orange peel is completely gone. Now, there is some rippling because it's not the best paint job in the world, but what a world of difference this is making. Let me go ahead and take this tape off now, see if we can get a difference. If you can see, it's all orange peeled up in here, and this is like glass now. And I am going to be hitting some of those areas a little bit more, but man, what a difference this has made.
Huge difference.
Let me go down, guys, and get some more supplies. This is the last microfiber towel I really got. So I'm going to go grab some more, and then I'll kind of speed through doing the rest of the car, and I'll end it with you guys checking out how awesome this car came out. I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. So it's fill-in time, guys. I just went and did the entire hood with the 1500 grit sandpaper and then moved on to the 3000 grit. And the biggest fear of doing this happened to me just now, and I'm so upset. But that is sanding through the paint, and unfortunately, not knowing how thick this paint is, if there really was a clear coat, how many coats were put on. this is a huge risk. I felt really good. I felt like I was going along and not having any issues. And then it looks like either they used a white hood, maybe this is a hood replacement, or that's a primer from the paint shop, and I also got it right there. So when doing this, obviously you're taking a big risk, and the reward can be enormous. I mean, when I get done polishing this hood out, it's gonna look absolutely phenomenal. Those two things are gonna drive me nuts, but I'm hoping that I can get some paint match paint, hit those and blend them in, and we can call it a day. And I think we can do it. I think at least it'll look way better than this hood's ever looked, and I'm pretty excited about that. So now I'm gonna move on to the compounding polishing. I'll do that quickly and show you guys how it looks out in the sun, and then what I'm going to do is go back and I'm going to hit the upper level of this, the front bumpers, and I've got to get the top of that, and then we'll have a series 2 on this where we're going to go ahead and ceramic coat it. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and I'll show you how it looks out in the sun. Well, guys, it's fill-in time again because I'm getting excited and I want to let you guys know about how this is going. So yesterday is what you guys were watching before, and I ended up going down and picking up 2,000 grit sandpaper because I really wasn't fully satisfied with how much orange peel was still showing towards the middle of this car, because that's where it was the heaviest. That's where whoever painted this car put on the thickest amount of paint and really did not lay it well. And so I went over everything with 2,000 grit, and then went back over it a bunch with 3,000 grit. Now I just got done doing this fender here with compound and a heavy 3,000 grit. I mean, I was going over and over it till it basically shined out. You could see that's amazing. Now I still haven't even hit that with the polish yet, and that's going to bring us to the next part of this. But I wanted to show you guys, I picked up these pads and I just used this one here. I was kind of hesitant. This is all I could find locally at AutoZone. Most of the stores I don't want to walk into, like Walmart or any of those, and I wasn't even sure what they would have. And these were a lot more expensive than I expected them to be, about 15 bucks a piece. But let me tell you, they were worth every penny of it. This right here made a world of difference going over this again today. So I'm excited to see what this fast finishing microfiber pad is going to do on our polish part of this. So let me go ahead and get set up for that, and then I'm going to show you guys the final results out in the sun. Then next episode, we're going to be putting the ceramic coat on, which is going to change this car completely from what it looked like just days ago, which wasn't bad. So I'm very excited. Let me finish this up. I'll show you guys in fast motion polishing it. Guys, so I went ahead and pulled it out, and oh my gosh, what a difference. This terrible paint job now looks absolutely amazing. It is not perfect. Don't get me wrong, this is very far from perfect because there are some dirt spots that still stayed in there. Of course, I sanded through some of the areas, and I had to kind of hold back because of that, so I wasn't able to get 100% of the orange peel off. But man, take a look at that. Now, I did not wash the car, so just kind of ignore that because I don't have soft water. I didn't want a whole bunch of water spots to be on this car to show you guys this, and I'm gonna leave that for the next episode when we go ahead and put the ceramic coating on. I also got the top here like I said I was gonna do, and man, this thing was so orange peeled, and I think this came out really good too. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is very exciting to me because although it was disappointing sanding through that little spot there in the top, I think we're going to be able to fix that. But the rest of the car is like night and day. If you guys saw this in person, you would understand how much orange peel and just kind of messed up paint was on the top of this car. And now it looks absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait to ceramic coat this thing and just preserve it. Once again, guys, my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for enjoying the videos I put out there. And you guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'm going to catch you on the next video.